Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're going to talk about some maintenance on your RV. Now this will be good for pull behind, fifth wheel, motorhome, whatever you got going. And I've done this on pretty much every one of my campers that I've ever had to protect what it is, my investment. Now some people don't view this as an investment, but at the end of the day, whether you want to keep it 20, 30 years or resell it after 5 years, there's two things that can damage your trailer most. Before we get too much into this, if you guys don't mind, smashing the subscribe button helps a small channel out, and hitting the thumbs up and notification bell at the end of the video. All right, so first things first, water and sun are destroyers of any RV. So you can see this is a 2018 Keystone, and I've had Keystones before. This is a lighter color. You can see that this is chalky from the sun. Some of it's oxidation, some of it is actual fading, but we don't have any DLAM. Now, once sun beats this down enough and your roof down enough, then guess what? Water can intrude, especially on these edges where the vinyl, rubber, roof, whatever you want to call it, rolls down underneath that trim guard and gets screwed down to the body. And that's just from sitting in the sun. Now, if you're lucky to be able to keep it in storage, we have a covered storage, that's nice, but if you don't, then you're really going to have to protect this. Now, you're probably thinking at the end of the day, what does it matter? Well, two of the biggest concerns when selling an RV for a buyer are, how's the roof and is there any DLAM? Any water intrusion after that? Because if those two can happen, you're probably going to have water intrusion, mold, and different problems of sorts. So, one, these roofs, they're made to last 5-10 years. Are they strong? Sure. But there's elements, hail, trees that you might run into or whatever inadvertently. And so doing this will not only seal it, but you can easily maintain it, and you'll probably never do it again other than just your maintenance stuff. So if you scratch it or you get up there and you see where it's a little light in areas where you put it, we're talking about roof sealant. Now there are companies out there that are doing rhino liner on top of the roofs. I don't know how much that is. I would gather it's fairly expensive. And there's companies out there that can replace your roof. It's about $8,000 to $12,000. So why not just protect your investment? Now, if you bought a new trailer, to keep your warranty, they require you to get up there every year and check your seals, check the self-leveling caulking stuff that's up there. And if you keep having to put that stuff on, eventually it's just going to look like a big pile of goo up there. It's expensive. Last time I did on one of my trailers, before I started doing this method, it cost me about $100 to get enough of that caulking up there. And really, it just looked bland and bad. These roofs will stain, they will get dirty, and this product, I'm not sponsored by it, it's just what I use, will be super easy to clean. It's going to help reflect light, some UV resistance, keep your trailer even cooler, help water sheet off, and it's going to seal everything. Done. 10 years, done. And you can get up there and look at it from here to there, and it's like $100 for the big tub, the 5-gallon bucket, which you'll have more than enough to do a 40-foot trailer. And I always like to buy a 1 gallon so I can do all the edges. Of course, before you get started, it's always about surface prep. Keeping in mind, you're going to get up there with some type of mild detergent. I like Dawn dish soap. You can use Simple Green. You can use anything on that roof up there as long as it's safe for that rubber material. And that's why I like Dawn. One, it's going to lift everything away, scrub away, and that stuff is going to run down the back, the sides, and the front cap. And if you're using a product that has a little bit more aggressiveness to it, there's a possibility not only for streaking, but there'll be a possibility that it could even etch your wax or something. So you really, really want to be careful with it. So you're going to get up there with your garden hose. You're going to spray it off. I bought a cheap scrub brush off the Amazon. I'll link it below. It kind of looks like a broom. Get up there, spray it down, wash it with your soap, spray it off good, let it dry for a day. Then you're going to come back, and basically all you need to do it is, this is what I'm using right here. It does say on the back label, if you want to check, that it's safe for these two types of rubber roofs that are typically found on a trailer, but you can use it on metal and fiberglass. If you have a fiberglass roof or parts where your roof meets and it's fiberglass, you can overrun that. That's fine. Get us about 5 or 6 cheap man, I can't say it, paint brushes, a pack of cheap rollers. That's 1 roller per coat. If you want to put more on, you'll have more. And a roller that has enough strength in that bar that you can really push down to get into those cracks. Once it's done, you want to keep in mind this stuff does need to dry in between coats, and it does dry quickly if it's hot outside. So medium mild day, 60 to 75, you can get out there and work, especially when you're doing the edges. You can start working around and doing that. Now, if you want to, you can use blue painter's tape on your trim areas. Let me show you where I did this. Because basically you're going to cut out the trim or edges just like you would do a house bedroom. So as we can see up here, this is all the self-leveling caulk. This is as good as it's self-leveled. This is the original stuff. And then you can see our edges we cut out. Now again, this is the edge. If you want to put painter's tape on it, you can. But what I'll tell you is, if you get it on here and you don't get it wiped up right away, just leave it, because you can come back and actually pick this off and it'll come off like a fruit roll-up. But if you kind of just half smear it, it's going to be very hard to get off. This is kind of a place where you can't really seal out anyway, and I let it dry. This has been a day or so. You can see up there, I went up and cut out the vents, and now I'm going to put another 2 or 3 coats on this edging, because the first time it covers, you're going to see some of the base layer roof underneath it. And if you have caulking here, the caulking just goes between this trim piece that's holding the roof rubber down. If you have caulking that's big chunks hanging up, you can go and peel that off, but you do not need to cut it off or rip it all off. Paint right over it, let it go down the back side of that, let it go down the front, and it'll seal up. Don't use a knife up here if you do decide to cut it out, because you can cut into your roof rubber. Now, because I've already got a coat on it, you can't see it, but there were some very fine cracking areas right here. And that's where the weak point is. And if that starts splitting and your roof starts tearing, then you have a whole different thing. Now, if you're in between coats and stuff and the birds decide to hook you up with their droppings, make sure you go ahead and wash that off. And if you have dust that's came in here, blow it off some compressed air. Or now that this has been dry, you can come back and rewash the roof if you wanted to. So I don't have any current damage to this roof, guys, but if you have patches or anything like on there from a previous storm, or it's a little bit older, just go right over with the material right over those patches. Just leave it on there. Don't worry about tear or not. If your roof has a lot of tears in it and you're missing chunks of your rubber, they do say that you can cut the whole rubber piece off and then use this on the wood that's up there. Hopefully that's not the case, but you can do that. But it'd be really hard if you have a piece and you're going to leave a big cutout piece and try and get this stuff to stick down and hold down, and it can create an air pocket if you have a big huge hole that's not patched. So this process is going to take you better half of a day, and then you can recoat as often as you want. So again, when somebody comes out, you're wanting to sell your trailer and your roof looks old, dingy, and stained, it's a big detractor. If they see those edges that are kind of rotting, it's a detractor. It's a depreciation that they're going to want to either barter on the price or whatever. So I'm going to get cracking on this. You can kind of see how I cut everything out. I get everything cut out, and you can use this on your slides too. Just keep in mind the rubber flap. So I'm going to cut the slides out while they're in, the first 8 or 9 inches, and then roll that out too. And then I'll bring the slide out and finish the rest of that. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit of a tedious process, but the value is worth it. So you saw my roof up there, you saw where I cut it out. I'm going to bring you back later and show you how to do it. In true form, I want to show you the product and talk about things just to notice when you're doing it. Most people know how to mop a room. That's how you're going to clean your roof, with a scrubber. You can do it on your knees. You can stand up there and do it. Most people know how to paint a house. This is going to be the same type of thing. Now, I may bring you back just a couple ways into the first coat to show you how it rolls out on the roof, and you're going to have to load up that roller and really just kind of put it on. And what I will tell you is don't recoat too soon, because if it's still tacky and you're rolling, the possibility of the roller peeling up the first layer is 100% possible. You want it to be tack free, if you will, so you touch it, there's nothing sticky or tackiness coming back on it. So we're going to check back here in a little bit. I'm going to show you the progress, how we're going. Buddy, we got the roof and the slides done. I want to show you what this is. This is 5 coats, so 1 roller per coat. Do the top of the slides or whatever you want. Once you're done for the day, you're done with the roller, so pull it off with some rubber gloves and everything. But let's take a look at how this CO coat worked. And what's crazy is you get up here and this roof is not even hot, and it's about an 80-degree day. This typically is really warm for being the brown. And again, you just cut it out just like a room. I didn't want to show you guys how to roll. You guys are plenty smart to understand that. We got our 2 slides out here, and I can tell you it probably made about a 5-degree difference on the inside the other day when it was pretty hot. But it was also closed up all day and stuff. But in the end, this is going to help protect your investment. And you're going to use about a half of a 5-gallon bucket, and I get the 1 gallon. I used half of that to do the cutout. And if you get it anywhere, just leave it, and you can usually go back and pick it off with a plastic razor blade. But you can go back and do a maintenance coat on this anytime. You can put 10 coats. And what I'll tell you is, after I did these coats, and they were pretty thick, the roof actually feels more substantial when you walk on it, because it builds a real thick rubbery barrier that helps take some of that the beating out when you walk on it. And think about hail and everything like that. So it's a very, very inexpensive way. Again, I'm going to link everything down below that you need on the Zon. You can get it shipped to you. And the shorter the coats, the better. Put 10 coats on there, 15 coats. And what this will do is protect your investment for a very, very long time. As always, guys, we got a lot of great RV content, so make sure you head over to the channel, type in RV, type in truck. We got everything on there, anything automotive. If it rolls, we do it. And there's always good, cheap hacks and tips and tricks. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.